Welcome to the Young Canucks. Today we're covering a story controversial to the area of Toronto. There is a WTF advertising campaign for the museums. The Star reported on the museum's campaign. Here's a picture. As you can see, there's a silhouette of an artifact, and you need to guess what it is, and you text to a number, and if you get it right, you get 2 free passes to the museum. It's raising some controversy because some people are offended by using such an expletive and slang. Anya, what do you think about the offensive nature of this advertising campaign?
It's offensive. Like some people may find this offensive. I'm not surprised. There's lots of people who visit the museum already who are looking for an escape. They're looking for an intellectual environment. They're looking for academia. They may not like having the museums implicated in this WTF kind of advertising because it may be the words WTF themselves are not vulgar, I think, but the implied swearing and cursing behind it can be.
Oh, I forgot to mention that in this advertising campaign, WTF stands for what the fact, as opposed to what it's usually
Of course,
associated with.
of course, yeah. But as we know, why would they use the words WTF in the advertising if not to kind of create controversy surrounding the museum, get people talking about it in a negative way, actually. So the core group that visits the museum already and is interested in the museum may find this offensive and they might find it off-putting a little bit, and it might end up causing them to lose a little bit respect for the museum and lose that sense of academia that you usually get from visiting it.
Mm-hmm. As far as I'm concerned, the regular museum goers, their experience won't change at all. When they go into the museum, the programming's the same, everything's the same old stuff is there. So really, they're targeting a completely new audience. I don't find it likely that this campaign is so offensive that all of a sudden the regular museum goers are going to stop going. But what it might do is it might entice young people to maybe check out a zoo or two if they get a free few passes. And who knows, maybe a few of them will even enjoy the museum.
Well, I think the effectiveness is questionable of this advertising. I think it's a risk they're taking unnecessarily of alienating a certain core crowd that they already appeal to by trying to catch another. It's um, it's kind of like, may I liken it to like a parent who dresses, in the cool clothes and tries to use the slang words that their kids are using to sort of fit in and get in there and catch the kids' attention. It never works. It never works. And I think it's not going to work for the museum either, because kids who are familiar with these texting acronyms, it's obvious that the museum is going after a crowd that's not really familiar with the museum, may not have an interest in it. So this prize of getting 2 free tickets to the museum, I don't think it's quite enough to get them to go because they're already not interested in it. So this prize may be like, okay, whatever, like who cares?
Certainly the effectiveness is yet to be seen, and I'm not sure if it'll be effective or not, but I think it might be. If I was a kid and someone gave me 2 free passes to the museum, I would definitely go.
Well, here's the thing: the museum's already free on Fridays. So if you win these free passes, you're going to quickly find out when you go that the museum is actually from 4 o'clock until I believe closing time. It's for free.
I know the ROM is like that, but is that all museums in Toronto?
Most of them have a free night of some sort, and the ROM is actually on Friday nights, which is a great time for parents to take their kids. But if we are going to be appealing to the kids, then I would have done something different, not WTF, because that might offend the parents. It could potentially been something like, kids are all into the Uno cards these days, right? Even we play Uno sometimes. Those fun things, maybe associating them with the museum, might get their attention more. Like a museum version of the Uno cards would probably be, I think, a lot better than WTF.
Maybe they should get Justin Bieber to do a museum song.
I don't know if they'll. I don't know if Justin Bieber would be into that. But I certainly think that that would be more effective than the advertising they're currently doing. What do you think?
Justin Bieber, if you're out there, you can help the museums in Toronto.
Tough